I'm Eric Erb. Welcome to my video. In today's video, I want to talk about something that most everybody has gone through in life, and that is losing your job. I have gone through this. I've had multiple jobs over the last 60 years of my life. I live here in Central Florida, and so I want to reach out and hopefully give somebody some good advice on how to get a job under 30 days. So here we go. I'm going to give you a couple practical tips, and hopefully these tips will help you find a job in under 30 days, folks. So here we go. The first tip is never quit. That's an obvious one. The second tip is when I do job searches, I go on Indeed, ZipRecruiter, and LinkedIn, all three of those. I used to do once in a great while a site called iHire. That's kind of on and off. I used to do Glassdoor. Glassdoor used to have good jobs, executive jobs that paid pretty good sometimes. They had more upskill jobs, but I noticed they merged with Indeed.com. Glassdoor did. So I go on there and I'll do a job search, and literally you have to get your mind in the right attitude. And the right attitude is that when you're doing a job search and you're out of work right now and you're unemployed and you need a job, that job search, what you're doing, you have to, and I repeat, have to fully concentrate on what you're doing. You got to focus. A lot of people are like, yeah, Eric, I've done that. I've had no luck. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a little trick that's never failed me since. One, obviously, is I pray a lot, obviously, with that being said. And number two, also, besides praying a lot, I also, again, focus, and it's a numbers game. A lot of people don't tell you that. It's a numbers game. I notice when I have, and I do a search per week, and that's 7 days. A lot of people said, oh my God, I won't look for a job 7 days a week, Eric. That's too intense. That's this, that's that. Well, then don't find a job then. I'm just going through the numbers. If you can get out between applications and resumes, if you can get out about 25 a week, that's 25 over a 7 day period. That's not very many. That's a little less than five a day. If you can get out between applications and resumes, 25 a week, that's 100 a month. And in that 100, the math shows, the math stands behind me, the math shows when you're doing that and you're consistently doing that for 30 days and you're getting at least 100 applications and resumes out there, regardless of where you're at in the United States, you're going to find something. The phone's going to be ringing. They're going to call you for an interview, and X amount of interviews, you'll get the job. And that's just how it goes. And somebody will say, "Oh, you're down there in Florida. The economy and jobs are easier down there." Well, yeah, maybe they might be because Florida has a good economy, as opposed to my home state of Michigan. Let's say Michigan's economy is not worth a shit right now, and I know that. I have all kinds of friends up there. I have relatives. They're always complaining. They're bitching. They're complaining because they can't seem to find a job. And I just tell them, I said, listen, if I can do it in Florida, I even did that in Michigan, the same thing. I have went over the last 60 years, started out when I graduated high school, started out in the restaurant business. I put 12 years in. Then I went to trade school. Then I got out of the restaurant business and spent a lot of time in the apartment business, and then moved up to commercial property management, and just kind of my career kind of blossomed from there. And then I've been out of Michigan for the last 24 years. I spent 36 years of my life in Michigan, and I've been down here in Florida for 24 years. But again, the numbers don't lie when it comes to job searches. So I say that, folks, and I really mean that, and I say that. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep your desire going. You have to push yourself, and push yourself really, really friggin' hard to find a job, because jobs aren't easy. I don't give a crap who says what about the economy now. I don't give a crap if Trump's in office, Biden's in office. Who knows who the hell will be in office in 2020. 8 or more going forward or whenever, who gives a crap? But the bottom line is you have to have a job to pay the bills, feed your family, and feed yourself. and pay the rent. That's the bottom line. And most people don't say that, where I'll say that. You'll get the direct answer. And so again, I use Indeed, I use ZipRecruiter, and I use LinkedIn, and all three of those. And between all three of those, there are good jobs on there. And whether you're in the restaurant business that I used to be almost over 40 years ago until my career changed, or else you're in commercial property management like I am, or whatever your field, whether you're in healthcare, you work for law enforcement, fire department, skilled trades, whatever. Again, folks, it's about self-discipline. You must have self-discipline. If you don't have self-discipline, then you'll never find a job. You might as well just give up, bury your head in the sand. Don't. But if you want a job, again, those are the numbers. At least get out a minimum between applications. They don't have to be all applications, between applications and resumes, to those three at least main job sites. And there's more out there. There's all kinds of jobs out there that you can do. And, you can register for services. You can register for manpower here in the state of Florida if you want a temporary service. You can register for HH Staffing, Liberty Staffing, at least down here in the state of Florida. There's all kinds of ways that you can go to work, or at least have a little money coming in. And somebody say, oh, Eric, it's not worth my time. Well, then stay unemployed, stay broke. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just trying to help you out, just trying to give you some suggestions, folks. And I hope one of these suggestions makes a difference. Thanks again. I'm Eric James Erb. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.